Hello everybody, welcome back. This is my informative speech and today's topic will be about Mesocricetus Auratus. Now, you're probably wondering in your head, what is Mesocricetus Auratus? Well, let me ask you this question. Have you ever wanted a pet or a little fuzzy animal? And if so, what would it be? Would you maybe want a dog? Would you maybe want a cat? Or would you go somewhere exotic like a ferret, a meerkat, or a chinchilla? Maybe a sugar glider or a hedgehog? There's so many things that you can think about when the word pet comes to mind. Now, today my topic is about Mesocricetus auratus, or also known as the golden hamster. Now, today we will be talking about its origins, what the characteristics between males and females, the living space it's going to need for its habitat, the things you will need for it to be happy and healthy, and the consisting of diets. So, where did these golden hamsters come from? Well, these hamsters originated in Syria, and they're also known as the burrow mammals. They like to dig underneath the ground and have their habitat in burrows. Now, why so? This is to protect itself from prey such as snakes, hawks, or any other animal that wants to feast on these animals, or such as hamsters. Now, Mesocricetus auratuses are nocturnal, meaning they like to stay up all night and they're active and like to sleep during the day. But sometimes it could be a little bit of vice versa. You'll never know. Now, what are the characters between the male hamster and a female hamster when it comes to a golden Syrian hamster? Well, the male hamster is more of back away from me, I don't want to be touched. A male hamster can be very difficult when you bring it into a house, meaning you're gonna have to let it sit in its environment for probably 5 to 6 days. Until those days have passed, you could go inside the cage and be very comfortable with him, try to hold him, even maybe try to pet him. But within those 5 days, you are not allowed to touch him, and if you do, he will get very uncomfortable. And it's very rare a male hamster can be fond of you, because not a lot of male hamsters are very comfortable with being touched or picked up. They actually get very timid and will run away from you. Comparing to a female hamster is very friendly, fond, outgoing, curious, and would like to get to know the people and the world around them. So, when it comes to females, they're actually a bit more organized and they're less messy than the males. The males tend to have a little bit of an odor, but also when it comes to hygiene, he's a mess. Behind me have my own Mesocricetus auratus. His name is Malo Armando, and that's just for short. He has a very long name. These hamsters, the male, surprisingly, he's very fond. He's not as harsh as the other male hamsters are. Male hamsters can be very vicious and can have their territorial property. They'll mark their territory wherever they want in their hamster cage, and it'll probably be a little whiffy when you try to clean it out. Now, when it comes to a living space, what does a hamster need? Well, let me tell you something. Save your money. You don't need to pay $40 on a Petco wire cage or even $20 on a 20-gallon tank. I will show you what's the best alternative for a hamster cage. I personally like to use the bin. Why? Because it provides a lot of living space for a hamster. Believe it or not, hamsters do need a lot of space. They need at least 450 square inches of space to be more comfortable, to explore, and to be free. If they don't have enough space and they're trapped in a little cage that you see at Petco that lights up, or that looks like a castle, or that looks like a circus, it's gonna be upset because it doesn't have the space it needs to stretch its legs or to even get exercise. A hamster likes to be active and likes to have its own space. If it doesn't, let's say you have a barred cage. With a barred cage, a hamster will act very vicious, meaning you will start biting on the bars and start monkey barring. These eventually turn into bad habits and could probably lead your hamster to even cause injuries inside the cage. When it comes to a bin, there's no way a hamster can get out or even try to leave. The sides are covered in plastic, and when it tries to scratch itself up, it won't because it's slippery. Also, you would like to involve little things like, well, in my personal opinion, I added a little quilt because, hamsters just like to chew. Well, not really chew, but it's good for like a mat for them to lay out. Also, you don't really need to buy expensive toys. something like a cardboard or maybe even a toilet roller would be entertaining for them. But highly advise you to get something like this. When it comes to having dental hygiene in a hamster, you want to make sure you have one of these. Why? Well, a hamster's teeth grows infamously. And when it grows infamously and doesn't have anything to gnaw on, it can be hurtful for them when it comes to chewing or eating. It is important to have this and other wooden toys because this helps them gnaw down and keep them short. If, let's say, your hamster starts biting on the wide cage or just starts biting on things that it's not supposed to, it can lead to permanent angle issues. So, a hamster's teeth would be this straight, but if it was to gnaw on something very hard, it will turn diagonal and will probably be hurtful if it tries to eat anything. Now, let's talk about its diet. When it comes to dieting, I'm going to tell you the foods that you should never feed your hamster and the foods you should feed your hamster. Now, let's start with the nuts. You are not, and I mean you are not, allowed to feed any of your hamsters junk food, chocolate, garlic, onions, anything that is just not good for a hamster. Also, some seeds aren't very good for a hamster either. For example, the pit of a peach, it could be very harmful for a hamster because they could swallow a little piece that could probably lead to choking hazards. Same thing with apple seeds. Apple seeds are very small and hamsters wouldn't be able to gnaw them down. This is why you get something like this. I trust Bonanza not only for its price of $4.99, but also you get a very nice mix of nuts, Timothy hay, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, and anything your hamster needs for its dietitian. This is the perfect hamster food and the perfect diet that you're gonna need. But also, I'm gonna tell you the foods that you can't feed just in case you might not be able to get your hands on this. Well, you could surely give your hamster cuts and slices of peaches, but never put the pit inside. A hamster can also eat a banana. Just make sure you cut it in little bits of slices. Cucumber is also well for a hamster and a great alternative if you don't have a water bottle because the cucumber actually hydrates the hamster because it contains a lot of water inside. So if you don't really have a bottle, but oh wait, you have cucumber in the fridge, better alternative until you get the bottle. Also, it's okay if you feed the seeds with the cucumber inside. It won't be harmful. There are some seeds that you can't feed your hamster. Also, I want to get covered with peanut butter. Now, peanut butter is a very, very good treat for your hamster, but it can also lead to health risks. When there's too much being fed into the hamster, it can get stuck in between its pouches and can cause serious health issues, meaning it could probably not know how to chew and it could be very sticky and very uncomfortable for them when they want to eat. It could also lead to dry mouth and choking when it comes to a lot of peanut butter. The treats you should definitely give your hamster when it's doing a trick or when you want to have it out and about would be oats. Make sure you have a very good brand of cereal. I like to use Cheerios or Frosted Flakes with no artificial sugars or anything like that, only because it's good for the hamster to have something or a treat. And if you do give it some cereal with some sugar in it, make sure you don't give him too much because that can lead to obesity problems and can give really high health risks to your hamster. Now, I will be pulling out my hamster right now and I'm going to show you why it's the most adorablest little being you should have as a pet. Come on, Henry. Alright, everybody, this is Milo. Milo is my male hamster, and I'm gonna tell you why I decided to get him. Over the past months, I've been very stressed in college, and I've been very stressed around just everything that's been going on. It's been very stressful. Honestly, the reason why I got this pet is because it would be a very good pet to calm my anxiety. These are also good pets when it comes to emotional support or when you just need something to entertain yourself with. Every time when I'm studying, he likes to be on my shoulder or just roaming around my bed eating his oats and his sunflower seeds. Now, the question is, are you ready to own a hamster now? Thank you guys so much for listening to my speech, and thank you for having him as a guest. I hope you guys decide whether a hamster is a cool pet or not, and I hope I covered enough information for you to, let's say if you ever want to get one. And yeah, that's it for today. Have a great day, everybody.